Hello, friends. I know it's kind of funny and ironic that I'm in my classroom right now when school is closed down and we are all supposed to be home, socially isolating ourselves and protecting everyone. But I did have to come up to school today and I was recording some videos for my students. And I had a different wisdom on Wednesday that I was going to share today, but I decided that times require something different. And so I'm just here today to connect with you and say hello, send you my love, and tell you that I know that it can be really hard when things are uncertain and when you don't know when a particular anomaly of a situation is going to end and give way to a greater sense of freedom and connectivity, which we all need and thrive on, even if we're introverts. I know you know I'm not, but I know some of you are, and I respect that so much. But we all need each other. And so I'm going to make just a very quick encouragement and share a tiny bit of wisdom with you, and then I'm heading home to be with my family. And the first thing that I want to share is just an encouragement to use some of this time that you are home and having a little bit more relaxed of a situation, and maybe some of you working from home, but being a little bit less frenetic and a less on the go, to take some time to be creative and to do some of those things that you might not normally have time to do. I have a couple of my journals right here because I was just talking to my students about the practice of journaling. This one is from Isabella, one of my former students. This one's from Mithra, the mother of one of my former students whom I love very much. So Isabella and Mithra, if you're listening, thank you for these beautiful journals. I write in them all the time. Maybe you're not a journaler or you haven't journaled before, but maybe you want to give it a try, because having an outlet for your thoughts and your emotions and capturing some of the moments that are happening in these very unusual days can be a really wonderful outlet. And it's fun to go back and look at what you've written later. But if that's not your thing, maybe pulling out those paints you haven't painted with, or pulling out that guitar you haven't strummed for a while, and just taking some time to be creative is so amazing. Another thing I want to encourage everyone to do is to connect with people that you haven't had a chance to connect with for a while. And so we all have those friends that no matter how long you are away from them, as soon as you're back together, it's just like old times and you love each other and nothing has changed. But there are moments when you need them. And maybe now is one of those great times to call one of those people up, put them on FaceTime or call through your Facebook phone so you can look at each other's faces, and maybe once a day, just reconnecting with someone that you haven't connected with for a while. And then my last encouragement to everybody is just to think about creating a bit of a schedule for yourself. We are creatures of habit, and the unstructured nature of being at home a lot can be extremely stressful and disconcerting. And so one of the things that I think can be very helpful is setting a wake up time, setting an expected bedtime when you're going to kind of call it a day, and creating a bit of a schedule for yourself throughout the day, and getting up in the morning and getting dressed and putting yourself together even though you might not be leaving the house. These are all things that can create a little bit of structure, and especially if you have kids or if you have to work for a certain number of hours, kind of creating an expectation for what's happening in the day just puts the mind a little bit more at ease. And if that feels too, restrictive, maybe experiment with it, and then also kind of fluctuate between unstructured and structured days. But an abyss of unstructured time sort of sprawling out indefinitely before you might cause some undue stress. And so just wanted to give some encouragement to create a bit of a schedule. One other thought, and I don't know, some of you might be ordering food out, and maybe you're not really in the habit of doing a lot of cooking, but one of the things that we have been doing at our house that's been really fun, and that has the reward of a really great meal to eat, is taking time to cook. and maybe cook some of those things that you don't always have time to cook. And if you have people in your home who are not in the habit of cooking, teaching them to cook or involving them in cooking. But sharing food is a cultural mainstay. It is something that has been from the beginning of time a part of what binds us together. And so not only eating together, but cooking together is a wonderful thing to do while you are home. So that's all I have for today, and I hope that all of you are staying well, both mentally and emotionally and physically. And I send you my love, and I'm around if anybody needs to connect or wants to connect. Please feel free to give me a call, send me a message. I'm here to interact and be available to you. In fact, next week is spring break, so we're not starting our online classes until the week after that. So if anybody wants to hang out and connect virtually, I am totally available to you, and I wish you a wonderful next couple of days, and hope you are well and blessed. And signing off from Wisdom on Wednesday. Have a great rest of your day.